Welcome, David and Marilynn David. I am so excited to speak to these two guys. Golden Orchids, absolutely amazing. 10 years in the business, and they've got so much to share with whoever's watching this, who's going to watch this. You know, these guys can really help you build businesses. So, David and Marilynn, thank you so much for agreeing to be my little victims and spread this word of this amazing business. So just tell everybody a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and how you got into FM.
Okay, well, I mean, we first got approached about FM back in 2008. So, like, you know, it's a long while ago. Okay, basically, our now sponsor, she just kept on messaging us about this perfume business and about these points and things like that. And quite frankly, we was too busy because we had two very young children at the time, and we had our own traditional business, and we was quite busy with that at the time. My parents was ill, Marion's parents was ill as well, so we had a lot going on basically. So, like, you know, to take on anything else for us, it was no, we haven't got the time. But what our sponsor Diane did is she persisted. She just every now and then she would send us a message, an email, saying hello, this business is fantastic, etc., etc. And then eventually Marilynn got a message come through, and Marilynn just turned around to me. This is like a year later. Marilynn turned around and said, just go to this meeting, okay, which is in Ilford, which is about 20 miles from where we live, just to get this lady off our back, okay? So I said, all right, I'll go to this particular meeting. It was run by, at the time, Stephen Bourne and Roy Strong. Roy Strong at the time, again, was only at the Pearl Orchid level, okay? So we all know where he is now. So anyway, I went to cut the long story short, went along to this meeting, and I brought up a slide on the screen during the presentation. It said the industry is worth, I think it's like $36 billion. And I thought to myself, that's interesting. Like, you know, so there's money to be made. So literally listened to the presentation, and I was in that frame of mind at the time. If anybody tried to force us to sign up, because it's me on my own, okay, when I went to the meeting, if anybody tried to force me to register there and then, for me, that would have been it. The shutters would have gone up. Okay, I received the information, got a little bit excited, kept my excitement to myself, went home, got home, and I got Marilynn all excited, and perhaps I should word that in a different way. So, sorry, got Matt. She got excited. Okay, I said, look, there could be something in this. What we need to do is, if we're going to do anything, we've got to make sure that we're going to get the right support, because there's no point in joining a business if you're not going to get supported by active upline leaders. Okay, so what we've done was we fired off an email a couple of days after the meeting, and we said we'd like to meet up with Roy. So Roy, in my eyes again, was, well, if Roy can't be bothered to actually come and see us, because he's only about a 45-minute drive from us, then, well, you know, is that support really there? Anyway, sent off the email. Roy said, yeah, okay, no problem, come over. So we came over to our house, which was in Harlow, because we was living in Harlow at the time. Roy was in Colchester. We had a log cabin in the back garden, so you can imagine this. It was in the middle of summer, okay? It was myself, Marilynn, and two other friends, and we was in our log cabin because that's where we had our office. And the sun was shining. Poor Roy came with his suit and tie on, all boiling, and the temperature in our log cabin at the time was over 100. Okay, so we was literally grilling Roy, 100% grilling Roy. Okay, so we sat there and fired off all of these different questions, and he answered them all brilliantly, like, you know, and. Roy went away again. He didn't say, shall I register you? He said, like, you know, let me know what you want to do. So what happened was then we received the link from Diane again with a sign up registration form, and we registered our ID numbers, and then that was it. So that was on about the 4th of July 2009. So it took us over a year to actually get registered. Okay, but the thing is, our sponsor didn't give up on us. So that's why it's really important not to give up on people that you're personally talking to, because the timing might not be right today. It might be next week, it might be next month, it might be next year. You just do not know, and that is one thing that you do not have control over. Okay, so anyway, we registered. We thought, right, okay, if we're going to do this, we'll get a sample kit as well. So we bought a sample kit. Now, from my point of view, from a man's point of view, I didn't know anything about perfume. Okay, so Roy said it's really easy to promote these products. So what I've done, we got a sample kit sent to us, and one of our customers at the time for our stationery company is a big law firm in London. So I thought to myself, well, if they're going to say anything, they will. Okay, so obviously I asked permission to go in there with the sample kit. Took the sample kit in there a few days after we got the kit come through, and that's it, one of the original sample kits, one of the old original sample kits. Took it in there and showed the ladies all the samples as you do, and literally as a man I did not say one single word because the ladies knew exactly what they liked, okay, and literally without saying one single word, within 10 minutes I've got over £90 worth of orders, okay. And I thought, that's interesting, the products sell themselves. I don't know anything about perfume. So there you go. So that's how we got started. And then we introduced a couple of other people. And then in the August, we went on holiday to Cornwall, and we was checking like the back office as you do. The first month I think we got to 9%, and so that was in the July. And then in the August I was checking the back office while we was on holiday, and I said to Marilynn, look, all these people are joining, all these points are going through. And at that stage we wasn't really doing much. We sold a few bits and pieces, and we had our holiday, and then we got home, we had a conversation and said, like, if we're going to do this, it's working with and without us, why don't we help it a little bit more? So that's when we personally started up our own home-based meetings, and we was doing meetings in our log cabin. We had like 15, 20, 30 people
even
turn
Fitz
up.
Come, didn't they?
Even Fitz, superstar Fitz even came to our meetings, like, when we first got started, which was absolutely brilliant. So at the end of August, I think we hit like 15 or 18%. Okay, and then in the following month we went to our very first conference, which was in Wolverhampton. Okay, I'll tell you, we won't go into that too much. The hotel was a bit dire, but anyway, we went to that meeting and we met a lot of our other team members as well, because they all made a decision to go to that. And then literally 3 days after that particular meeting, which would have been 3 months after we actually joined, that's when we hit Pearl level for the very first time. And I will say, we've never missed being in the Orchid Club since that date, which is what, 10 years.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same. The minute I hit Pearl, that's it, never
Absolutely.
dropped. And that's an amazing achievement in itself, isn't it?
Thank you.
I was just going to explain about how we got some of our legs that went to Golden Orchid as well. When we first joined, David was approached by Tony Parker. He also got to Pearl Orchid within about 3 months within FM. And he just said to David, I want to sell you something or tell you about a business. So David said, why don't you see what we're doing? Because it's consumable based. And that's when he then come to one of our meetings and joined our business and went Pearl in 3 months. That's what happened with Tony, and he brought a lot of people in. He was brilliant, and he did networking. He was already doing Tiscali, a phone network, so a lot of the phone network people joined us, and that's how that leg happened. And my dad was very ill. Unfortunately, Dad's passed away now, but he was ill in hospital. And I remember in our first few months of joining FM, the nurse said to me, what do I do for a living? So I said to this nurse called Eva, I do perfume business and I love the perfumes. And she said, I love perfume too. And she was so excited because I took the kit in, I had it on my dad's bed, and all the nurses kept coming in and they loved it. And I had to keep bringing kits into the hospital, at Epping Hospital. I had to keep taking in sample kits. People was joining. She sold loads of bottles. She also went 21% within about 10 weeks. In our business, and she was a nurse. So we've had nurses, networkers, hairdressers, and a couple that joined us. So then after, I think, Eva, we had, who was the next person? Justina. We saw Justina come on the radar. We saw her ordering. So I remember phoning Justine Hamilton up, who's a hairdresser, and I said to Justina, oh great, you put some points in. Did you know you can make money through doing networking with FM by introducing others? And she said, oh really? And I said, yeah. So we used to help her get some people into the MLM business, and I said to David, I've got a job for you. And he went, what's that? I said, you're going to be driving up to Autowhistle, Lancashire from Essex, and you'll be doing that, doing meetings on a regular basis until she gets to learn the ropes. Until she learns
Newcastle, but
yeah, until you learn the ropes, until she learns the ropes. So David used to travel and leave me with 2 young kids, the business, my stationery business that we were doing, and FM, and he used to travel up overnight, do these meetings once a month. I think you did it for about 9 months, didn't you?
Yeah, about 9 months.
Yeah, he did these meetings up to Ottawhistle, and that's how it helped Justina get started with FM, and that's why we've got so many in that leg. That is our great leg. We love Justina. She's done fantastic. She's just written a book as well about multi-level marketing. So
on Amazon.
A little plug for Justina there as well.
See, the funny part about it is when we actually met Justina for the first time, I think it's her first conference, and Marilynn said about, you know, I've got this job for you, David, to go and up to Ottawhistle, however you pronounce it. And I said, okay, fine. And Marilynn, do you realise how actually far away it is? She did not realise it was like 6 hours.
Carlisle.
Hours, yeah,
4 or 5 hours each way. So anyway, so we went and helped support that.
And then we had one more. We had a couple that contacted us called Christine and David Heard from Bolden, up north again. And because we'd done it with Justina, we knew it worked. And I said to David, sorry, David, I'm afraid you've got another big journey to do.
Which was even further.
Even further up north. So we used to go up there to do quite a few meetings. We did quite a few, and then they
do what you've got to do, don't you, to help your team, and you know, and help them get confidence, and then they can fly and you know, and run the businesses as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We were like the traditional networkers who did it traditionally, because we were from the Amray old days, getting a lot of training. So we knew it worked. We knew that one-to-one and meetings is brilliant to see people. But Facebook is now powerful, and people are so lucky today because we did it traditionally. And that's how David and Christine, and I still believe when this is out the way, this virus, I still think it's great to meet people still, because you can give them a hug, say hi, and we can get fired up together, because we always get fired up, don't we? When we're on meetings and things. And Christine and David Heard, they also went to Pearl Orchid, and they admit that they let it slip a bit because they got involved in another business, but they did contact us again, and they're coming back again. So that's the moral of that story.
That's the good thing about FM is, you know, the doors always open. You don't lose your spaces and things like that. You can pick up, and you've got you guys at the end that will still be there to help support teams, and you know, and that's what it's about. It's about, as an upline, being there for everybody when it's needed, and then coming back, you know, we'll just fire everything up as well in that other leg.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, another thing we remember is just after we got up to Pearl for the first time, as I said, that was within 3 months, I got an email from Anita, and she said, make sure you've got a passport. I said, well, no, we haven't got a passport because, like, you know, we hadn't been abroad for donkey's years, like, you know, because we couldn't really afford it, and, like, you know, obviously with 2 young children and what have you. And she said, no, you and Marilynn need to get a passport. Trust me, because I'm watching your business and how it's growing. You will start going to some of these leadership programs abroad, and like, you know, it's, oh, yeah, all right, okay, fair enough. So anyway, so so then we got our passports, and then we got a phone call. You've been invited to go to your very first leadership meeting. Brilliant. Okay, so we had Marilynn and myself. I've written them down here. We've been to Portugal, Malta, Turkey, Dubai, which is absolutely out of this world, Italy, Greece, Dominican Republic, Maldives and Singapore. We qualified for that, and obviously we're qualified for the one that's coming up now. We've been on a couple of cruises on the Queen Elizabeth, and we went to one in Belgium as well. And also on top of that, we've had 4 FM cars plus a laptop. Now, when we first joined, none of that was in our brain that we would even qualify for any of this.
Did you even ever imagine that when you joined that you would achieve all of this?
Absolutely, definitely did not think about it, because to us, these are the rewards for the work that you do. Okay, our focus wasn't, oh, we're joining FM because we want a brand new car or we want to go on holiday. These were rewards from the company. We qualified for these things without actually realising that we was qualifying for them, because we was working on helping our teams to achieve what they wanted. And by doing that, obviously, the networking side of it, if we help other people to achieve their success, we get what we want. And we just did not realise what we had at hand. And on top of that, very quick, getting excited here. Sorry about this. One of our big dreams was to own our own holiday home.
Oh,
Remember that? I mean,
Yeah.
New kitchen.
We had a new kitchen. All these things are coming back. The kitchen, we paid for it in cash.
Yeah.
Like, you know, again, we never thought that we was going to get that. But the holiday home, we had that for about 6 years. It was brand new, central heating, double glazing. It's fantastic on Mersey Island, and we put down a massive deposit because we were saving all of our commission. We put down a huge deposit, and we literally paid. We borrowed the rest, and then within about 6 or 7 months, we actually paid off the whole lot within about 6 or 7 months of actually owning that holiday home. And I will tell you now, that was over £20,000.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for FM, there would have been absolutely no way we'd have been able to do that. And for us as a family, because we had 2 young boys at the time, that was such a perfect environment for them to grow up.
Safe, wasn't it? You know, you can just take off and just, you know, and just go and relax and be a family there. And I can remember all the photos of Roy sitting there and enjoying the burgers and everything.
He used to always come to us. We was great buddies. Roy, David, me, we were great buddies, always talking business.
Brilliant
We used to bring him to all the meetings. We used to bring Roy. We loved him. We miss him now. We've moved, obviously. We've missed him a lot. Yeah. But we love you, Roy. You're a fantastic upline. He really is. And we love you too, Sharon. So is it question 2 now? What's that?
Yeah. So what, based on all of this experience, would you give somebody when the months are quiet? Because you guys, like me, will have gone through a ton of quiet spells.
Yeah.
How do you help your team overcome it? What do you say to them?
Well, basically, every single week I do lives. And I look at things and subjects. I think, is it going to be a slow month? And I look at offers, what the company's doing. I look at incentives. We always have prizes like a UT perfume or a £50 hamper of FM, something that's really going to motivate them, or maybe a spa day, or there's things that we always think about that might encourage people, and we give lots of love and encouragement. And I'm always looking at the back office. I'm always checking to see what the points are, what people's done, and when they do well, I add them into my drawers. I don't just wait for them to come onto it. If I see names, I add them into the competition drawer. So when we do hamper drawers and perfume, I add them in. If they've done 400, I try and do 400 points plus a month, because that's points mania, and I love those offers for the cheaper fragrances. To get a perfume at £7.63, people are brain dead if they're not thinking FM's brilliant, because I think FM's got some fantastic incentives, and people should see these prices. But points mania, because when it comes to Christmas, I can sell about 12 bottles or more, and I get them at £7.63 and make double the profit. So you make loads of profit throughout the year. And so I'm always encouraging, I'm always adding in news, whatever the news is, and I try to have the odd joke or two as well, Sharon, as you know. You know what I'm like with me jokes. Yeah. Did you hear about the rich bunny? He was a million hair. There you go. And that's what I think is fun, is to make your life fun. Get people to know you and know your personality. Absolutely. Because that's what it's about. And what we do with our group is we're a close-knit family. We love each other. We care about each other. We don't care whether people do 3% or 6%, because all those 3% and 6% will create your business and help you make a nice figure each month. You don't have to be diamond. You don't have to be golden. Even good to be just Pearl Orchid, because it's steady money. We get the money for a lovely car. What have we got now?
Peugeot 3008.
It's quite a big car, and we get the payment every month from FM for that. You know, we're not flash people. We're just normal people that's reaching on a monthly basis.
You've got a nice holiday every year. You've got a nice day coming in.
That's it. So we're not sort of one of the people that go mad, but we are enjoying the lifestyle. We've paid off our mortgage through our stationery business in FM. It's not just been through FM. We do have a little stationery business, which has been tough at this time. It is tough because people have stopped ordering from offices, but what's helped us is doing FM, because this business is a residual income we've built. Now, where people have gone wrong is they're all going on about how the 40-year job is the best thing since sliced bread, but we realise that having an MLM multi-level marketing with fantastic 1,000 products which people use every day. It's residual income. So when we have times like now where the company's gone to pot, basically, shops are shutting left, right and centre, FM is still producing products, it's still delivering while other companies are shut. I think Debenhams are the next company that could go into liquidation. So if people had only listened to us 10 years ago and joined this business, they'd now have a residual income. And we're in our 50s now, so obviously we are looking at retirement. So we're looking at having a business made so that we already straight away get at least 4-figure income plus car payment, which will help us through retirement, because the retirement income is terrible and they keep upping the years. I think it's now, how old is it for us? 67 or 68 for us now. So my mum passed away at 69, so it makes me realise how important it is to have not your eggs in one basket, but have a couple of income streams. Because if we just relied on our stationery business, we're in trouble at the moment.
Having that plan B has helped you guys massively, hasn't it?
So FM so helped us, and because we've had children, we've had family, that's probably why we haven't always hit the golden orchid level, because we're busy ourselves. We've got our children
as well, it's
and a little business.
Your team members as well, things happen.
But one bit of advice to everybody is I believe that you should stick to one network and be focused, because if people think you're in too many, they get confused. They don't know what to go for, what to aim for. We've been completely focused all them 10 years on one subject, FM, and it's worked for us. Because if we'd have left or swapped ship, we might have lost contacts, we might have lost our team members. You lose credibility. So that's what we've done with that. And so really the answer to that question is, we dream build, we do competitions, we do regular lives. I do the 10-part action plan, but roll it, like when that runs out, you start again. Because the 10-part action plan, I add things to it. So where I think things are changing, I try and change with the times. I must admit, the only thing we haven't really got into yet is Instagram, because we've been a bit busy. But I'd like to get into that next, because I believe that's another fantastic area.
Amazing. I love Instagram. Love it. And you just have to share your
stories.
Little snips every day, get picture, snip David in it and upload it. And people love seeing behind the scenes. And
lovely.
that's all it's about, really.
Get into.
So, moving on, if you had to start your FM business all over again, would you do anything differently?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, hindsight is a good thing, really.
It is.
However, we've got that experience now, so we can teach that, so we can guide. Because what we've all got, what we've always got to remember is everybody that registers into our business or into your businesses or into the businesses of the people that's watching this, okay, you are not their boss, okay, because you are an independent independent, okay? You are an independent business person. All people like us, yourself, Roy, Julita, Anita, and all the other fantastic leaders out there, okay? All we can do is give you guidance on this is the best way to do it. But if somebody goes off and does it their own way and it doesn't work, don't worry about it. If they come back to you and say, look, okay, I've done a few things wrong here, can you help me out? You just give them that information again, because sometimes it takes a bit of time for the penny to drop, okay? Because it's, don't try and reinvent the wheel, okay? Definitely don't do that. So one of the things that we probably would do differently if we rejoined now is we would not stack people under people, as in sign people up ourselves and to put them underneath other people. Why is that? Because what you're doing there is you're actually artificially growing a leg, which can just completely fall apart, okay? Because what will happen is these people that you're stacking people underneath, David and Marilyn's doing it for me, Sharon's doing it for me, okay? So guess what? That person won't do anything.
Exactly.
So to get your width going is absolutely fantastic. But with the additional ID numbers that FM introduced a couple of years ago, is you can re-register yourself underneath yourself, and then you can start building that team. Okay, so then that stacking is fantastic. Okay, because you are personally in control of that business, of that leg. Okay, whereas if you're just stacking them under people to keep people happy, to keep them in, it's not going to keep them in, because they're not actually doing the work. they might make a little bit of extra income for a little while, but eventually those people will just start to flitter away, and then you've wasted potentially really good people that could have built businesses. So really, that is probably one of the things for me, is definitely not to do stacking unless it's underneath your extra ID number. Okay.
And I think try and work on 3 to 5 legs. I mean, 3 is profitable because then it's amaranth, golden. That's where serious money is. So that's good. 3.
That's
and then
what I
when
do.
you've
I'm
done 3,
5.
and then 5, because 5 will be diamond, but diamond's hard, and it's hard because you've got to keep getting the money. So if you feel that you can't get enough in the 4th and 5th, I stick to the 3. So that's what our advice
And
would
golden
be.
money is really good.
And golden money is very good.
Too shabby, is it? It's
we had an old saying.
That is good.
We had an old saying a while back. Free, right? 3 legs.
To be free.
3 legs to be free.
Yeah.
Because if you're earning 3 legs at
Free to be
golden,
free.
you are free, because the amount of money you're talking about, £3,000 to £4,000 a
Or
month,
more,
okay?
yeah.
Or more, depending on how individual businesses are structured, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember that you only need 3
To be free.
to be free.
I like that.
Free to be free.
I think that's that question done, isn't it? Wasn't it? Oh yeah.
So moving on, share with us all 3 tips for new members. So if somebody joins your team, what 3 things would you tell them to do straight away?
You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Again, it goes back to that finding the right sponsor. Okay, because three tips for brand new people who start their journey. Most people join up and they've registered under somebody who may have only been in the business for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's no disrespect to that person as in that sponsor, because they're brand new themselves, they are still learning. What Marilynn and myself done was, again, going back to our beginning of our journey, is we had our sponsor and there was about 6 or 7 people between our sponsor Diane and Roy Strong. Okay, wow. Roy Strong was our leader. Okay, he was successful. So we then made sure that we contacted our active upline leader. Okay, somebody who is focused on the business, not on half a dozen others. Okay, the person who is making serious money. Okay, and that's what we'd recommend to anybody who's just joining the business. Seek out, if you don't know who they are, go to FM. Okay, FM will then contact that upline orchid, okay, and put you in contact. So I would highly recommend is contact your active upline leader with your sponsor, because you don't want to leave your sponsor out, because it is them who's giving you this opportunity.
And they can learn too.
And they can, and you can all learn too at the same time. So that is one of my best tips: is go upline and find out who the successful people are, focused on one business.
Yes.
What's the old saying? Be like a stamp. Be like a stamp on a letter, stick to it until you get to your destination.
That's right. And it's so
and you'll see that all these top leaders in FM do one business, you know.
Absolutely.
And because they're focused 100% on getting to that end goal, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah. Okay.
And I was going to add, have a kit. The kit's your shop. We couldn't have done it without our kit.
You need them.
The kit is so important, because that's your shop to people. And then the third one is, please cancel and get mentoring. If you don't get on with upline, choose someone you can buddy with, so that you've got someone to cancel with and someone to work with together. We're together. I mean, I'll be honest, me and David, I said this the other day, everybody's got different opinions, but my opinion is, if David and me didn't do this together, we would have railed about FM left, right and centre. I wouldn't have liked him talking to all the women. He probably wouldn't like me chatting to men.
Yeah.
But it's because we understood it from day one together, and we saw the bigger picture together as a husband and wife, that we've persevered. Because so many couples break up or argue over FM, and it's a shame, because if they understand why the other person's doing it, they will realise it's for their family, it's for their dream. And the biggest thing that we have to help people with is finding why. What's their reason? Is it because they want a holiday home for their kids? Is it because they want a holiday destination with all these holidays? Do they want a car? It might be a simple thing. They might need to pay off a debt. We've got someone called Sarah who's in our business. She said, Sarah Cartwright, that she wanted to pay off some credit debt. She was excited the other week because she paid off her debts at last from FM. Yeah, so that's what's exciting, is seeing your group when they actually achieve what their dream is. And you know, there's people with massive dreams, but what frustrates me more is people, they don't understand what they've got their hands on with this fantastic business.
I know, it's that. I think when you've been there and you've achieved everything that you have, and you know how, you know, how this works and how it can change lives, and then you see people that they just don't see it yet, do they?
No, they don't. They really don't see it.
Yeah.
I think we've answered that one.
Brilliant. So, last question, guys. What would be your top 3 recruiting tips for somebody who's joined, you know, who says, right, David, Marilynn, I want to start team building. What do I do?
I would say we do a great overview video. In fact, our hashtag Dean, our son, he does a bit of FM. He did an overview video of FM.
Brilliant.
It's great because it's about 20 minutes. It's on Messenger. And all the people out there, all you've got to do is forward and let the tools do the bloody work.
Yeah.
So just forward on the video and then just say, when can you watch it? And I'll contact you and ask you, you can tell me what your questions are. It's so brain dead simple. So send them the video. Or you can get your active upline or whoever your upline is to show the business plan, because we were taught in network marketing, whoever shows the most plans wins. Now, I don't think people realise we've got a business plan. Show it, because it's the bigger picture. It shows a bit of the money. It shows a bit of the dream. You can talk to your friends at the end of a Zoom. Zoom is so powerful right now. I mean, you know, if it wasn't for FM right now, I don't know where we'd be. We're still getting an income coming in, and it's amazing. This is a residual income. It's willable as well, which is fantastic. There's more millionaires through multi-level marketing than there is in a normal traditional job, and I don't think people realise that. When all the shops are all shutting and all the food shops, hairdressers, beauticians, everything's shutting, FM is still open, guys. So, you know, it shall be done. Just join FM and you can make a more bigger income. Cars, holidays. It's up to you, though. It's no good us telling you. It's what you want. It's your dream. It's what your goals are. And my tip would be use all the tools. FM do 50 or 100 leaflets for £1.50, a no-brainer.
We never had any of that, did we?
When we joined FM, we had no Facebook. We had no leaflets. We had no points mania. No offers.
No incentives.
No incentives. We just did it on our own, just through travelling around the country. You don't know how lucky you are, guys. You've got the internet now to do meetings and all sorts of things. And get people excited. I remember when we traditionally joined a network marketing business, I remember someone just showing me, let me see if we've got a bit of paper. I remember someone showing me just a circle with me on it, and they said, I want to know everything about you. I want to know what your dreams is. What holiday place would you go to? What car would you drive? What destination do you want to go to? You know, things like holidays, cars. Dream with that person, sit there and get them excited. We got really fired up when someone did that to us. When we joined another network, I remember
back in the 90s.
I was so excited because this woman made me as high as a kite, because she was talking about cars, holidays, dreams, what we would do with our family, where we'd take our kids.
Could be possible.
Excitement, sheer excitement. So if you can go back to traditional multi-level marketing, showing people the circles, the basics, then show them the plan. Because the more
you've got to be excited about the business, don't you? You've got to be excited about the opportunity and everything you're in and the products. And if you share that excitement with people, like you say, the products sell themselves, you know, because your enthusiasm is infectious with others as well. And it's that know, like, and trust. So they trust you because you've said this is an amazing product. They know you anyway, so they are going to try it. And that's what it's about. Brilliant. So do you have any final words? David, do you have
final words?
Yeah.
Keep focused. Terrible time out there at the moment. But FM's still there. FM's not going away. People still like the perfumes. People need the cleaning products. Keep focused on your why, because it's your why that's going to drive you, and just go for it. Because, like, you know, use a lot of people when they come into the business, they've got jobs, okay, and they use the FM business as a secondary backup. What a perfect time to have a secondary backup now. Absolutely fantastic, though. Not just us, but lots of people in the company. Some people come on board, they just want to make an extra 20 or 30 pound a month. That is absolutely fantastic and brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, if they want to build a bigger business, go to the right people that succeeded in with the company, get the right information, and, like, you know, just go for it, because there's nothing that can stop you from doing it once you get it inside you. As soon as it's inside you, I used to say this: you're not in FM. Okay, FM is in you. When it's inside you, there's nothing that can actually stop you from achieving whatever you want. Okay, there's always going to be challenges. Marilynn, myself, Adam, Sharon's Adam, everybody on this broadcast, everybody's had challenges. The business, it goes like that. Okay, there's no point in glossing over it. Okay, it does go like that, but it goes up and down. But as long as it's going up and down, but going up, then you know you're in the right place. So, like, you know, just keep focused and go for it, Marilynn.
I was going to say, and work with the winners. Work with people who want to work with you. It's no good flogging a dead horse. And so many people have said to me at this lockdown, "Oh, I'm in lockdown now. That's it. Blinkers off. I'm in lockdown. That's it. It's all over. I'm off for 3 months. I'm going to rest," like what the government said. Don't take your foot off the pedal, because when this is all over, you've all got to go back to jobs or go back to reality. And reality isn't always good. You know, I've actually enjoyed being at home with my family, having barbecues with them in the garden, being with them, having time to talk, watch a few videos, dream build and stuff like that. It's been a fantastic time to be with your family. So don't take your foot off the pedal, and don't make it an excuse to just stay at home like a holiday. Let's just do something with our life and make it good. And it's not just about what we can do for us, it's about us helping other people make money as well. That's what's exciting to us, that we can now see the lifestyle Justine has got, and we've seen her write books and stuff like that. It's lovely to see. And then we see another guy who's in our business who's top seller, one of the top sellers in our business, and he's doing fantastically well in FM. So it's great when we see people succeed in it as well. It makes us feel happy to see
that's
that.
What it's about, isn't it? That's job satisfaction, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Diane again. We thank our sponsor Diane. She's in Spain, and without Diane, we wouldn't have known about this opportunity. So I know you guys are scared to talk to people and offer them the opportunity, but the fact is, one day you might be thankful to that person for sharing FM opportunity. They could be thankful. Like, we're very grateful to Diane for telling us about FM. So thank you, Diane.
And now, I mean, back then it wasn't free to join. You had to have a kit, didn't you?
Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
The registration forms and a kit. There was no, you know, join for free.
Simple now.
There was none of that, or the free upgrade to business partners. So we've got a free opportunity that we need to be telling people, and more so now that we can help people with this free opportunity to change their life.
Absolutely, Sharon.
I mean, it used to take people from registering on the actual form. It used to be about 3 or 4 days before they went on the tree. It's instant there, like, you know. So like, they've changed, like, you know, the whole company, because like Sharon as well and Roy, we've seen how this has changed over the years. People today do not realise how much easier, okay, it's just as hard, but it's easier, okay, than it was 10 years ago. Okay, it makes us sound like old fogies, right? But we've seen this
so much, hasn't it? The incentives and the points. There's more points now. There's more incentives now. There's more cash. You know,
absolutely. There was nothing like that when we first joined.
Really wasn't.
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you ever so much, David and Marilynn.
Welcome.
Absolutely, I always love chatting to you anyway, and it's just
our pleasure.
Our pleasure, and thank you, Sharon.
Thank you for inviting us to come on.
Fantastic as well.
Brilliant. Cheers.
All right, take care.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.